In today's Leeds news, Leeds to sign Kouyate, no charge for Leeds, and Gruev out for months. Morning folks, Jerry here at the View Saturday Morning News. We've got a couple of bits and pieces, so we hope we'd get a news video early today so you can have a chance to catch up on this stuff over the weekend. But it's an unusual situation for Leeds United because Leeds are expected to make a signing either today or tomorrow. So there is some news floating around on that, and we'll get into that pretty quickly. We'll make this a short one so you can get in, get out and enjoy your Saturday. We'll start off with the Leeds to sign Czech Kouyate. So yesterday we said that there was a lot of noise and a lot of murmurings around the fact that Leeds were said to be making roads to sign Czech Kouyate, who is a free agent since the end of last season. The central defensive midfielder was rumoured to be at Thorpe Arch this week and training with the club and maybe going through tests or possibly even going through medicals. But we didn't get all the information just yet. Now, there are conflicting stories this morning from two different sets of journalists, one claiming one thing, one watering it down slightly. So the first one is Graham Bailey from the Boot Room, and Graham Bailey has come out last night and he has said that Leeds United have made a formal offer to Czech Kouyate to sign for the club and that the player is set to sign for Leeds today. In the full quote they say the following: "The Boot Room can reveal that Leeds have agreed terms with Kouyate and he is set to put pen to paper over the weekend." Their sources also claim that Kouyate underwent a medical on Friday and will finalise the move today. The detail on the deal, as far as they're concerned, is it's a deal until the end of the season with an option for one further season next year. However, Ben Jacobs has been also talking about the situation and has probably watered it down a little bit. And Jacobs, he says that Leeds are exploring a move to sign him. There is no done deal yet, despite reports of a medical. He says the parties have discussed a short-term contract until the end of the season, and Leeds will make a decision soon. That's expected to be today or tomorrow. Bailey might have more information on this. He might have got an exclusive deal on this. He doesn't tend to be massively wrong all the time. He gets a couple of bits and pieces wrong. But this is a pretty definitive statement from them. They've actually gone into detail around what the deal will be on this. So maybe they've got some detail. Maybe Czech Kouyate is going to sign for Leeds United today. There's a lot of noise around this, which would suggest that there is some meat on the bones here. Ben Jacobs isn't saying it's not happening. He's saying Leeds are exploring it. He might have slightly less information on this. But he said that Leeds will make a decision this weekend. So either way, it could be a possibility that Czech Kouyate signs for Leeds United today or tomorrow, and it makes sense when we get to some of the other stories. We move on away from the Czech Kouyate one. It's a nice one to get in. It makes sense. It's a good signing. I saw someone else yesterday say Bielsa wouldn't have done this, for fair play to Farkas. So it's true. Leeds needed that cover. They don't have a central defensive midfielder. Bringing Kouyate in, even if it is to just sit on the bench and come in every now and then and play, fine. I want to see more of Joe Rodon and Outinack in midfield. I really enjoyed what I saw against Sunderland from the two of them, and I want to see that partnership develop and a little bit more from it before they decide to throw another defensive midfielder in there again. So, moving on, there was a potential FA charge against Leeds United for the Leeds versus Burnley game. We'll all remember the incident. Hannibal from Burnley was throwing himself into tackles, getting into Ethan Ampadu's face and being a general pain. There was a report, there was a charge being investigated against Leeds United for apparent missiles being thrown at Hannibal as he left the field of play by the south stand. Baron Cross and Leeds Live this morning state that the missiles were alleged to have been thrown at the player or in his direction as he walked past the south stand. But he also goes on to say that after an investigation, Leeds United will not face an FA charge on this topic, which makes a nice change because anytime anything comes up against Leeds with the FA, you automatically assume we're going to get found guilty and charged by the FA. So it's nice to see for a change that didn't happen. And to be fair, Hannibal did everything he possibly could to incite a crowd to do something as he left that pitch. So, yeah, strange one, that one, isn't it? Moving on, let's talk about Ilya Gruev and how this connects to the Czech Kouyate story as well. We knew last week that Ilya Gruev had underwent surgery on his meniscus injury that he picked up just after Ethan Ampadu picked up his knee injury. We all hoped for some good news, but unfortunately it's not good news. It appears to be the worst news that we could possibly get. We haven't heard directly from Leeds United the severity of the injury, the timescale on the recovery. We haven't heard an awful lot of information, and it's likely we won't hear that until Daniel Farke faces the media on Wednesday or Thursday, probably Wednesday next week. That's when we're likely to get the update from Leeds United. But the Bulgaria manager has been speaking about Ilya Gruev during the international break and has been talking about the severity of the injury that he's picked up and the recovery time. And on the subject, he said the following: "At first, we thought meniscus was not damaged and it would take a month to recover. It turned out to be the worst. About 5 months will be the recovery time, and he will return alive and well and fit for the World Cup qualifications." A 5-month absence with a meniscus injury will see Ilya Gruev likely out of action for Leeds United until March next year. If you put into that the time frame it takes to get back up to match speed after such a long injury, get game fit, and get back into the team, you could probably rule Ilya Gruev out for the remainder of the season. The season finishes the end of May. He might be in around the squad by that stage, but he's likely to be a major player for the final 2 months of the season, given that he'll have missed 5 months of the season with a serious knee injury. So, Neil Farke talked in the summer about how important Ilya Gruev was going to be for Leeds United. If you look at, I know, wrong stats and data again, I'm sorry. If you look at all the stats and data, it does suggest that Ilya Gruev was having a very, very strong season for Leeds United. The eye test for me, I was really happy with Ilya Gruev so far this year. I thought he was doing really, really well in midfield. We all wanted to see a change in midfield, but I really don't think it was because Ampadu and Gruev were playing badly. It was because we wanted to see different profiles of players in their more attacking side. So, but it's unfortunate then that both players get injured and they're both out for a considerable amount of time. Ampadu back in January, and it looks like Gruev won't be back until after March for Leeds. So not an ideal situation, but that's where the Kouyate deal makes a huge amount of sense. Now, even if, again, as I said, if it is to sit on the bench beside Charlie Crew and just offer that cover, maybe playing the FA Cup, you know, when that happens over Christmas as well, possibly. But it just means Leeds have a little bit of cover. He's a tidy player, Kouyate. He keeps the ball well. He's not a spectacular player. He's a big guy as well, so might offer some help from set pieces. So there are benefits to bringing him in. It is a short-term deal. We'll see what that extension of the option for a further year would look like, if that tends to be the case from Bailey. But we'll have to wait and see, folks. That will be it for me on the Saturday. Thanks for dropping in and seeing me. I will be back on Tuesday morning for Leeds news next week, unless something major happens between now and then. But I'm going to say it right now. Leeds of side check Kouyate. Right, we're done. We can move on. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.